Hey guys, this is the Gaming Nobodies. I'm Father,
And I'm my Downs.
and we are here to give you probably a little bit shorter show than usual.
Yeah, it's probably be a little bit shorter.
We have actually more things to talk about. However,
Ooh.
they're going to be shorter, significantly shorter.
Yeah.
We have one big one to start with.
Yep.
We have two shorter ones and one final one that is probably going to be.
But a lot of people have already talked a lot about it, so I don't think it's too big. Okay, so let's move into our first topic, which we're going to talk about crowdfunding.
Yes, crowdfunding,
Kickstarter,
all of that
most
good stuff.
specifically. Now, crowdfunding has this thing where there's a lot of people that are for it and a lot of people that are against it. I'm on the level where I don't really understand why people are against it. In my eyes, it is a purely good thing. I mean, you have a developer who wants to make something and doesn't have the money to make it, but has fans of what he's going to make, and the fans say, here's my money because I want your product to exist.
Yes, and very often, like, the price that you're paying for the game itself, like, generally, it's around $15 for the game.
It's not bad.
You don't have to pledge more. Then I think what people are so offended by is that they think that they're asking for money.
Right.
They're not asking for the money. They're saying, we want to make this. The only way we can is if we receive money. So we're like, if you want, you can give us this money, and in return, we'll give you these cool things.
Yep.
Now, they're not necessarily, they won't be worth what you are paying. Like, you would probably be able to get similar things for a lot cheaper. However, that's not the point. The point is that you're helping a developer, or even if it's not video games,
right?
Crowdfunding in general, you're helping these people get the money that they need for their project
that you want.
Yes,
that you want this. Now, that's the thing that people seem to misunderstand. Is yes, it's kind of like companies begging for money are trying to, but they try to look at it as if the company is trying to exploit their buyers, but if you don't like the product, and it's very obvious when you look at a product whether you think it's good or not.
Yeah.
I have looked through plenty of Kickstarters. There are ones that I was like, I'm not going to give my money to that. That doesn't look cool. And there are things I'm like, oh, that is so cool. I want that. So I give them my money, and eventually, given it's a little delayed because it's not like buying something, but eventually I will get what I want, and that's awesome.
It is awesome.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's a great concept.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get something instantly. That's not how that works, because they need time to make it. They need time, to get started with the process, and it might take some time. I mean, I have been in, I think, 4 or 5 Kickstarters.
I've been three Kickstarters.
Let's see. I've been in the Penny Arcade Kickstarter.
Yep. I have. Oh no, that's not Penny Arcade.
The SGC Kickstarter.
That's what I've been in.
I've been in the Order of the Stick Kickstarter. I am currently in the what's that game called?
Planetary Annihilation.
Yep.
And then
the Homestuck Kickstarter. And I feel like I was in another one, but that one failed. Oh no, I was in a zombie game one that looks pretty cool. Okay. I just took the basic $15 one, and I was in one that failed.
Right. Which
is the first. That was the only one of the ones that I did that failed, which was sad. But whatever.
I've done SGC because I'm not like, I love Screw Attack. I don't follow them too much, so I wasn't anxious about it. I joined it last minute.
Yeah.
But I think it would be fun to go to Texas.
Yeah.
And be in a video game convention. I love to go to PAX East, so why not? It could be fun. So
they're such nice guys too.
Right, exactly. And then Planetary Annihilation. I like StarCraft. I like Rome Total War and those bigger strategy games. It to me looks like it combines those ideas. I like that idea.
Yeah,
so
it has some really cool concepts. Right. The idea of expanding your armies to a different planet.
Yeah.
There are games that do stuff similar to that, but it's that you don't generally have the planets connected.
Right.
And they don't generally do things like affect each other.
Right. Exactly. So that's very interesting, and I think the best example of something that I funded was the Pebble Watch, which was one of the most successful Kickstarters. Got $10 million.
Wow.
It's huge.
Wow.
With the time, it was the biggest Kickstarter. I don't know if it's still the biggest.
Probably is.
But it was a company that did not exist. On paper there was no Pebble Watch company. They just had a prototype And I looked at that program and was like, oh my god, I want that watch.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a couple of watches, but like that was a cool watch.
Yeah.
I want that watch. And so I gave them my money months ago. That might have been 4 to 6 months ago. I still haven't gotten the watch because they don't exist yet. But like that's what's interesting about it to me. I paid less money than the retail price of that watch.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it's going to take a while because they need to make it, and it's not a guarantee that they're an actual company yet. But like, I trust them, and you know, now they're in the process where they're asking for shipping information so they can send them out. So we're getting there, and I'm excited about it.
It always takes a while before you can get stuff. Some Kickstarters do the thing faster than others.
Right, because some are more set up. This was a company that didn't exist yet.
The Order of the Stick one was probably the most like direct one.
Yeah.
They asked for the shipping information like instantly, pretty much, and so they just had it.
Yep.
So they wouldn't have to bother with it later. I think I haven't heard anything from the Penny Arcade one yet. So that one was finished a while back. But I mean, it takes time because they need to do their thing first.
Yep.
Some want to have the products finished before they ask for the shipping information.
Yep.
And then they'll ship everything out at the same time, so they don't. And some like ship things out gradually, and it depends on the Kickstarter. And you know, I think I understand the mentality of waiting to have everything ready.
Right.
The Order of the Stick Kickstarter took its time to get things ready, but it had like things done at different times and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think they shipped things out as they were ready.
Right.
I think most people don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's what's interesting about Kickstarter is there's really no standard way to go about it. So you can kind of, it works around your product, which is very nice. I don't see what's wrong with Kickstarters. Like that's the main issue with it.
I think the main problem that people have with Kickstarters is that there's no guarantee.
Right.
If someone...
The company... I mean, I don't know of any instances where this, but the company could technically be scamming people, but...
Yeah.
I mean...
There is no way to get your money back if it's a scam.
Right. Or...
There's no guarantee that it's going to happen. You're taking a risk.
Right.
But you're taking a risk that if you're like, you don't have to. That's the whole thing is you don't have to pledge if you don't want to. And if you're suspicious, you don't do it.
Also, like, you know, obviously you want to just give your money to companies that you trust. Now, I mean, I feel that I took a risk with Pebble just because, I mean, obviously their company really doesn't have any credibility. Yeah. There might be some people on there that could say differently. But, like, I don't know enough about them to be like, know what I'm getting myself into. But then I saw how much money was going into there, and I was like, well, if this actually ends up being a scam, Kickstarter is going to fail anyways.
Yeah.
So, because $10 million. So I'm going to go for it. Why not?
And, I mean, the thing is, it would be such a huge thing if someone scams people on Kickstarter.
$10 million?
Or even
for less,
Even for less. Because... It's a matter of trust.
Right.
Whoever that person is who does a scam on Kickstarter will never be able to do anything else for the rest of their life.
You are not betraying corporations that like might not give you funding. You are literally betraying the people who want to buy your product, who are fans of your product. That's a big hit. Yeah. I mean, and then you can also look at the other side of looking at someone like Screwtack who's running SGA, and you go, well, obviously. SGC.
Yeah.
And then you give them your money because you're like, oh, it's Screwtack. Obviously, like, they're good guys. Like, they're not going to make a scam out of it. Like, I know that.
People were calling this a scam because they're like, what? You need $100,000 for a convention?
Conventions cost a lot of money.
Yeah. Not only that, but there's a reason why they wanted to, you know, for it to be $100,000. First of all, there's 5% that goes to Amazon and 5% that goes to Kickstarter. By default, so they would only have 90,000 of the 100, and then they're actually hiring a company to take care of.
So they don't have to do it themselves.
Yes, because in the past years they were in charge of everything. So if something went wrong, they had to run around, and they essentially had to run around the entire time and could not spend any time with the fans.
And so this time they get to do that.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
That makes sense. I'm okay with
that. Exactly. Crowdfunding, I like it. I just like it. I would like to see I don't know. There are things I want to see that I know aren't going to happen. But like, there's so much possibility that things can eventually happen.
And there's so many games that are being developed through Kickstarter.
Right. I mean, Planetary Annihilation is a great example of a game that is interesting. But
it's doing also really well.
Yeah, it's doing really well. They keep making goals and they keep reaching them, which is awesome.
There was an update just tonight.
Today, I just got the email.
Yeah.
I didn't read it. Well, they updated the rewards, which I found interesting. But
it's cool. It's great.
Exactly. I might up my bid, but that's regardless.
What did you?
I just put down the 20.
The 20?
Yeah. I don't know how much time is left, but regardless.
I think 8 days or so.
Okay, that's
7,
fine.
maybe 6 days by now or something. I don't remember.
But like, that's a game that probably, if was pitched to a company, might not happen. Might not get the funding to be made, but because they went to the fans, it might get made now. Well, it's definitely getting made now because they've reached that goal.
Yeah. Also, the Ouya.
Ouya.
The Ouya. I mean, I originally pledged. Sorry, I dropped a toy.
Good job.
Thank you. I originally pledged for the Ouya. Then I withdrew my pledge. Yep. You don't actually pay money until the Kickstarter is successful. If it is not, you do not spend a single cent.
Right.
So I think a lot of people don't actually understand that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Has SGC pulled money yet? Like, because I know they don't bill you right away when it ends. I don't.
Yeah, it does. If it's successful, it bills instantly.
Well, because Pebble did bill me right away. I remember getting billed later. Yeah.
Oh no. What it does is they wait like a couple weeks.
Okay. Because I forget if I've been billed.
I've been billed. I know for sure.
Billed. But like, yeah, so like.
Oh no! What happened? Well.
But you don't get billed just because you paid. Like that's what we're trying to get across.
Yeah.
It gets successful, and then there might be a little time depending on who it is.
Yeah.
And then you get billed. Like, but it has to be successful. So you can take the risk on something that if it's not successful,
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And if it's not successful yet, but you think it might get successful, and you want to take away your bid, take it away.
Yeah, and also the Kickstarter pages stay up forever.
Yeah.
They never take them down, so you always be able to go back to them and check them out.
Yeah. Look at the rewards.
Look at the rewards, see what's going on. And it's a good way to prevent a scam because your page is not going to disappear. Even if you just created it, it'll stay there.
Yep.
And it's great.
Yeah.
It's a good system.
People cannot forget if it does not get deleted.
Yes. And it will never, ever be deleted.
The internet doesn't delete things.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're pretty good.
So I don't actually know much about this next thing. So Father's going to have to educate you through it, and I will do my best to follow along.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't know much about it either.
Oh, good. No. This is going to be a good topic for us to talk about.
It's essentially we're just mentioning this because I find it cool.
Yeah.
It's Sony announced, I think, in the past few days, a couple days, I think, maybe 2 or so days. I don't remember exactly. Maybe it was one day. I don't know. Or
regardless,
they announced, and it's going to be shown on SGC. That's what. No, sorry, not this. TGS, Tokyo Game Show. I am tired.
So essentially, from what my understanding of it right now is they are 3D glasses
that you wear,
and you hold the controller and you play the game, and the 3D-ness happens around.
I don't know about the controller thing, but it's essentially like it's a virtual reality type thing that you just wear like glasses. It looks pretty cool. That's pretty much all I know about it. It's a cool idea. I've always liked those.
Yeah.
There was a Kickstarter for something like that a while back.
Okay.
It looks cool. I've heard people try it and they say it's really cool.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of 3D.
Me neither. I'll be honest.
The only 3D I've ever liked is a 3DS because it doesn't come out at you; it goes in.
I don't like the 3D.
I like the 3D.
I don't like 3D in general, and the 3DS gives me a headache.
Doesn't give me a headache, but that's regardless. I like it. I like that 3D, but most 3D I don't. I find it cheesy.
Yeah, I agree.
And so virtual reality, I feel this is pretty much virtual reality with the goggles.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the same thing for me. I think it's going to come off as cheesy and gimmicky, and I think eventually it might be able to come to something that is really cool and maybe implement your whole body rather than just your eyes.
Yeah.
But for right now, it is nothing that like, oh my god, I want that. Because I'm not a tech guy. I'm not like, oh, that technology
No,
looks
you're
so
not.
cool.
You have Mac.
Oh, ha ha ha. I like Macs because they're easy to use. Because I don't like technology that is complicated. But that's regardless.
Anyway,
I just I don't get wowed by cool tech gadgets. I get wowed by something that looks fun to use. And right now, putting on goggles and having flashing lights and things being thrown at me that aren't really there doesn't seem like that's fun.
I mean, we'll see what it is like.
Well,
so far, we don't know.
It's also one of those things that they can't actually show you unless you use it. They
Yeah.
can't show you a trailer of how cool it is.
Yeah,
Because
I mean, we will have to wait
Yeah,
for like
thanks.
reports and like.
it's the same thing with the 3DS.
journalists.
I only bought the 3DS because I went to PAX East. I played it and I said,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, this is so cool."
I mean,
otherwise
it's
I
probably
wouldn't
going to be at the next. At a PAX
It
at
will
some
be
point.
at something. I don't know.
At something that I'm probably going to be at.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, I'm not super excited. I'm
I'm curious more than excited. I think it's a cool idea. I'm excited to see what it's like.
yes.
I'm probably not going to get it day one.
I certainly won't get a day one.
Well, if it's coming for PS4, I know you wouldn't get it day one. But I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
You're-
Once again, the next gen console, what I'm buying is whatever comes out first, pretty much, other than the Wii U. But that's regardless.
Just get the PS4. You know you've given.
Yeah, but we're not gonna have this argument.
Anyways.
on air.
Anyway.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
Next topic.
Okay, this one I just found out about like less than a half hour ago.
Okay, but it's interesting. I like it.
I like it a lot. It's most of you have probably heard of the War Z. It is a zombie survival MMORPG that essentially works in some ways very similarly to DayZ.
But it's not Daisy.
But it is not DayZ. People are calling this a scam as well. I am not as skeptical of it. I think from what I have heard and read from the developers, it sounds different enough from DayZ for it to be its own thing. And one of the things that they do have is store where you can buy stuff with real money. However, they have stated that you won't be able to buy like weapons or anything like that. It will just be small things, nothing too major. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. I can't remember.
It'll probably be something along the lines of like the equivalents of night vision goggles and DayZ.
Yeah.
Things like that. Things that help you play the game, but don't necessarily make you super overpowered and you can kill everything.
I don't think night vision goggles, but things that like something that gives you a slight advantage.
Yeah.
Not
A water bottle.
something like that. Something like that.
You know. But so it's interesting because it's using real money to buy in-game products. But the thing is, they still have permadeath, which means when you die, that thing that you bought with your real money is also gone permanently. You spent your money on something that literally just disappeared before your eyes, which is interesting because
it's a risk.
It's a risk.
It's a huge risk.
Now, this is something I will never do. It's kind of like the auction house in Diablo 3.
Yeah.
I will never do that because I don't want to.
No,
but someone who really, really likes War Z and died and has a new character, buy some things to give yourself, because as long as it's not too expensive, I'm not paying $20 for a can of beans.
But I mean, the really cool thing is that you're taking a risk. Yeah, it may seem a bit like sleazy of the developers,
but they can just keep gaining money off of something that's not worth anything.
You don't have to buy anything,
right? They're not for you. Don't. The game isn't going to be made so hard that in order to even play it at the beginning, you have to buy something real money. I mean, right now, a lot of things about War Z are not selling me. The whole town thing and faction thing and that.
Oh, wait, it's not factions. There's non-violent zones. There's non-PvP zones where you can get bad reputations. Essentially, you
get kicked out.
Get a bounty on you. It's just a way to have places where you just won't get killed randomly.
Right.
Or you could, but then
the thing is,
the other person would die.
From what I've played of DayZ, that makes me not like that idea. I know DayZ is going to mature itself and it's going to move closer to something like that.
Probably, yeah.
But I hope that DayZ can still kind of stay feeling like it is, but
Yeah.
just add more buildings and more loot and monsters, whatever. But like,
Yeah.
I don't want to have a safe area. I don't want to like be able to go to a market and like have a town and trade with people or have bounties. Like,
That's fine.
it's an interesting idea, and I think some people are gonna love it. For me,
I feel like I would like it, but for different reasons than I like Daisy.
right, exactly. It's Daisy. I play for a very specific reason. Warzy is implementing things that make it more like a real game that I'm used to playing, and I like Daisy because it feels like nothing I've ever played before.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. So that Daisy draws me to that, where Warzy just kind of feels like it's starting to look like more or less the same. And then they add this whole in-game, real money in-game item thing, and it kind of, as much as I think it's interesting and it's really cool, pay to play. Now it's kind of a pay to play kind of
with a huge risk.
With a huge risk.
Yeah.
It pushes me away further because it adds things that I think are interesting for other people, but are not good for me.
I'm thinking of pre-ordering it. Mainly because it's gonna be $30, which is
that's really cheap.
Cheap for a game. I feel like if it is a bad game, it's $30. Oh yeah, it's $30, but it's I'll probably enjoy myself just because zombies, and I absolutely love anything with zombies, no matter how bad it is. I can't explain why. I just love zombies.
Yeah,
Zombies are cool. So,
I like zombies
cool.
too. I am once again a Resident Evil guy, so I love me some zombies. But I don't know, Warzy. It just the more I learn about it, the less it does it for me. You know. I'm looking. I got spoiled by Daisy by looking at something that's so revolutionarily different from what I'm used to thinking about.
I absolutely love Daisy. It's great. I think we should play it.
We will play it when I have time to play it, or not want to play other things.
Yeah, I know.
Like Resident Evil, the card game, which I'm addicted to currently.
Yeah, no kidding. You need to be addicted to other things.
I want to play it every day.
Anyways,
all the time. Okay. Warzy, meh. I'm feeling meh. Move on?
I'm curious.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd like to see more.
Okay. So our final topic, if you'd like to bring it in, home.
Yes. So Steam.
Steam's
doing cool stuff with your television.
Yes. Steam's essentially becoming somewhat like a console.
It's essentially, if you... Actually, a good way of comparing it to is OnLive.
Yeah, exactly.
It's essentially OnLive, but for your television.
Yep, you get to plug your computer into your TV. You get full access to your Steam games. You can play them with a controller, keyboard, and mouse, but you get to play them obviously on a bigger screen.
Yep.
You can play with a controller against people on keyboard and mouse and get utterly destroyed by people who just have ridiculously higher sensitivity rates. So don't do that. That's just a horrible idea. But obviously, like, if I could... Well, that's not a Steam game. I was going to call Diablo Skyrim. I could just buy it for Xbox, but I like keyboard and mouse at Skyrim. I would love just to plug my computer into my TV, start playing Skyrim on the TV with a keyboard and mouse in front of me, and hey,
it's so cool.
Yeah,
it's essentially
and it's simple, and it's very simple.
Yes, and I like that because as much as I like complicated computers and stuff like that, I love it. It's my thing.
Yep.
Software, I'm more like let's don't go that much. I don't want to hassle myself too much with software. I like software, but let's not go too far into it.
Right, exactly. And so, like right now, I could play Skyrim on my TV because I could just put an HDMI cord, put it in the TV. But it's not the same because HDMI makes it pretty slow. It actually doesn't play as well.
It's weird.
And it overheats the crap out of my Mac.
Yeah, actually, this is something that was really weird. With my old computer, it had an input for an HDMI. So I was like, that's great. I can plug in my PS3.
Yep.
That's funny. It was so laggy.
Yeah.
Ridiculously laggy.
And so I think it's great. I think it's great that my computer can become a console. Now, obviously, I don't know all the specifications. I could plug it in and try to use it, and it still lags my game.
Yeah.
And then it's just crappy. So that's still a possibility.
It's a free service,
but I trust Steam as a company
Valve.
more, Steam and Valve more than I trust an HDMI cord that I bought at CVS.
Yeah. Imagine,
Plain old facts there.
imagine just the possibilities
Yep.
that you have with something like this, something that's revolutionizing how we play games, how we think about them, and essentially, it's giving a huge boost to the PC gaming industry
Yes.
that has been suffering. It's been getting better, I feel.
Right.
But has been suffering because of all the piracy, and we talked about that in the last episode. So if you want to hear what we think about piracy, check out our
Our previous video.
previous episode.
But I think it also has the ability to bring in a newer audience, a more casual audience, because I mean, casual players right now play obviously console games because they want to play it on their TV.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this is still a tough market because you have to explain to people who don't know a lot about video games. Okay, you can download this into your computer, and then plug your computer in, and OMG, you can play it on your TV. Now, for casual gamers, that might be tough to wrap their head around.
Yeah.
But if they do get there, so many more casual gamers will go to Steam and start playing games on their TV, and they will start playing those kind of games that don't exist on console.
Yeah.
Call of Duty might eventually not be such a big, stupid deal.
Yeah.
That's regardless.
That is a personal opinion. I agree with him.
But Steam, I think I like it. I like it.
I've always, from day one, I got Steam, which was
5 years ago? 6 years ago?
6 years ago now.
I think you
I
said
loved
that
it.
little badge.
Yeah, I've got a little badgy thing that says 5 years. It's great. I have loved it from day one.
I don't own a ton of games on Steam, admittedly, because well, you own a ton of games. I don't own a ton of games, but I also am very new. Essentially, within the last 6 months, I've gotten into PC gaming a lot. I was always kind of into it. Like I would be playing one game on it while playing like 4 games on my console.
And now it's kind of switched.
And well, yeah, now I'm playing Onimusha on the PlayStation 2, and then playing 4 PC games. So like, you know, I'm new to it, so I'm still kind of feeling out Steam. But I like Steam. I think it works very well. I think it hasn't given me too many issues yet.
It's got it's
got bugs.
It's not perfect.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're not gonna.
For some reason, it tells me that I played 100 more hours of Skyrim than I've actually played, or like 50. It's 50. It just tells me, I don't know. It like glitched. It was just like 50 hours. Here you go. It's like I didn't play that much.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. It was within the first week that it bumped me up.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay.
So, but that's regardless.
I feel like it's been telling me I haven't played enough.
Oh.
Like I think I've got like something like 80 or so hours.
I also kind of actually, a side note about Steam, I really like the telling you how much you played a game. Like, it can kind of destroy your life, so you're like, oh god, I played that many hours. But at the same time, you're like, I beat that game pretty quickly. Go me.
I have a friend who has played like, I think at this point, it's 1,500 hours of FIFA Football Manager. Not FIFA, it's a Football Manager game.
Football Manager.
It's not the FIFA one, but it's a Football Manager game.
That's
like 1,500
That's
hours.
disgusting.
That is disgusting.
But hey, to each his own.
Also, the Tuninator has done like 500 hours of Fallout.
Yeah, but he does videos and is amazing.
Yeah, he is amazing. If you guys don't know him, search for the Tuninator on YouTube. He is really cool.
If you like Fallout,
he does everything about Fallout.
Why doesn't he make videos anymore?
He does.
This is the episode of tangents, and I'm just gonna go with it. Why doesn't he make videos anymore?
You're his roommate.
I know,
go bug him.
But he really should make videos.
He plays Dota all the time.
He does. And he can't really make Dota videos, I don't think.
No.
He could cast. He would be a good cast.
I think he would.
He's more. Yeah, no, he could definitely do it well. But like, I'm hoping Borderlands. 2 brings him back a little bit. And obviously now on the Skyrim engine, they'll be releasing a new Fallout, so that will get him.
So on the subject of Borderlands 2 is coming out on September 18th. The Tuninator and I and 2 other people are going to be playing it.
One of which will be using my computer. It will not be me, but he will be on my computer.
We will be playing it day one. We are going to record about an hour of gameplay as soon as we can and post it on YouTube. Hopefully it will get me a little bit more out there.
Yep.
Because I only have 105 subscribers. If people haven't unsubscribed to me because I haven't posted in about 2 months.
Yeah, you haven't.
And I feel I do feel bad about that. However, I just don't feel like playing Skyrim anymore right now.
So play a different game. You
I
have a million
I
of
know,
them.
but I just don't know what to
You
play.
also have your other things. If you don't know, so he does Let's Plays of Skyrim. I do currently. I'm on a Resident Evil thing. So the Resident Evil 5, the movie, is coming out. So I'll be doing reviews of that.
However, I do have an idea for a show.
Okay.
That
is this a show that's just you, or
no? It's with a friend.
Oh, good.
She's a video gamer. She's not like a terrible video gamer. She's a fairly good gamer. She does different games. She plays a lot of Mass Effect. She really likes BioWare.
Yep.
Which I approve.
I don't like BioWare.
Oop does not approve as much.
It's probably one of my most conflicted things with gamers because so many people like BioWare.
I
find them predictable and annoying, but whatever.
You don't like predictability. I'm okay with it. Anyways, she's not a terrible gamer, but she's a very nice person, and that actually translates into how she plays video games. So she was playing Saints Row 2, and she was waiting in line at a red light.
Oh, good.
And driving, the speed limit and stuff like that.
I remember trying to do that in Grand Theft Auto, but they don't let you go the speed limit.
Nope.
You have to go fast.
Yes, you do.
You have to break everything.
And it's really, and it's actually pretty funny to see when she doesn't do things well. It's just really funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record her playing.
Yeah.
My guess is the first game is probably going to be Sleeping Dogs. It's a good game. So she's never played it. It's going to be very interesting because it's set in Hong Kong and the drive on the other side of the road.
Oh, that will be fun for her.
Oh yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, but once again, great that you're doing that, but you should make videos.
I know.
Because I've been good about this.
You have been very good about this.
I'm releasing videos solidly like every 3 days. I'm happy about that. I skipped a couple days because it was my birthday. I feel like that's appropriate.
Yeah.
But
that is very appropriate. That's completely okay.
I feel like
you should, however, do a video of what I'm getting.
Oh my god. So Father is getting me a birthday present that he won't stop bothering me about because apparently it is as glorious and beautiful as the sun.
Yep.
So
no, sorry. It's as glorious and as beautiful as me. So more than the sun.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
Yep.
Oh god. But that terrifies me. I don't know what it is. All I know is it's Resident Evil related.
And that everyone that he knows and that I know who very, very well have said that he's going to flip out.
Ah, God, that's weird. To think about. But yeah, so I guess I'll probably have to do a video related to it.
Yes.
Whatever. So yeah, so
a huge tangent, Steam. Awesome.
Oh yeah, we love tangents this video.
This is tangent video. We can pretty much go on another 15 minutes on tangents.
Yeah, I mean, we need to talk about it. I mean, yeah. I don't, but I'm also okay. So if we're just gonna go on a tangent, I've been playing tons of Resident Evil, the card game. I absolutely love it.
It's fun.
I'm actually going to be doing a series of 3 or 4 videos on my channel, hopefully all next week.
I'm not invited to it because I'm not cool enough.
No, because I have one video which involves 4 people. I want 2 people that know a lot about the series and 2 people that know a lot about card games. I have those people, so unfortunately Father is not involved in that. But I'm doing probably a series of 4 videos all about the card game because it's not that well known.
I still need to appear in one of your videos. Yeah,
whatever. Eventually.
I mean, we did the Choose Your Own Adventure video, but that doesn't count because that was different.
Yeah, that was different. Eventually, I'll have you on something.
Yeah.
Eventually.
And you stop doing Resident Evil things.
Oh, well, yeah, because I have a promise to my subscribers right now that I will do almost exclusively Resident Evil videos until Resident Evil 6. It's kind of my way because I always got lazy during the school year of making videos. Yeah. So, it was my way of saying I will not make any videos unless they're Resident Evil. So it's my motivation to be like, okay, I have a topic no matter what.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make videos. I really do. I want to, but I'm very bad at editing. I'll be honest. Well, I'm also lazy.
Right. I think, you have a great voice for Let's Playing, so I think you should Let's Play. In some ways, they require a lot less editing because you don't have to cut. But in other ways, they involve a lot more technology because it's not just a tripod and camera, plug in the camera, do some cutting. So they are and aren't more complicated from the Let's Playing that I have done. It's a lot easier for me.
I will have, however, start recording with a webcam.
Okay.
So I'll just
put it in the corner.
Put it in the corner at the top or bottom. so people will have my beautiful face.
But you need to actually make videos.
Yes.
So you need to find other games. And you also had your whole idea about the 5 years thing. Reviews.
Yeah, I want to do game reviews, and the main problem with that right now is I don't have enough time to research games.
Right.
And
because you need to play the game.
I need to play an entire game,
which is tough. Well, you don't need to play the entirety of the game.
Well,
a lot of time.
Good amount of the game.
Right.
More than I can right now.
So yeah, which is tough. Obviously, college.
If I had started during the summer, I would have been able to. Yeah. But I was lazy.
Yeah. And how many videos did you end up releasing over the summer? Like a fair amount, right?
Like 10.
Yeah, probably close to a dozen. Yeah.
Maybe a dozen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did a pretty good job, and I did it regularly.
Yeah.
Once or twice per week.
Yeah. Tunator put up one.
Yeah, one.
One.
And that's because I bugged him.
Yeah.
About it.
Well, I don't know. It's tough. I'm happy. This is my first time actually going into a college semester and actually making videos on a regular basis and not being lazy about it.
I mean, I'm going to be making videos in 5 days because Borderlands 2.
Right. And then there's also the thing where Father and I are actually making a Choose Your Own Adventure.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. If you're not familiar with the Choose Your Own Adventure, it's you watch a YouTube video. At the end of it, you're given a choice.
Or several choices.
And you make a choice and you're led to a different video.
Yep.
Based on your choices, the story will unfold differently. In most Choose Your Own Adventures, there's just different outcomes. We want to tell different stories based on... So there's a lot of videos. This is a project that's going to happen over months.
How many endings are we up to?
We are currently up to 14.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But that's pretty much where we're going to stop.
14 different endings.
And but like
there
a good 20 different paths.
They're all pretty different in all cases.
Yeah.
There are some that are more similar to others, but they are never going to be the same.
So it's an exciting project. It's going to take a lot of work.
We
are pretty much just at the beginning of chunking and scripting bits, and then we're going to start filming as we go.
As soon as we can.
As soon as we can. It's been a tough week and a half, I would say, for work.
Also, I've had insomnia, which has not been helping.
And I'm just trying. We're both trying to get into our schedule. So, but I feel like that's enough tangent. Why not tangents? Tangents were fun to talk about. You're just fun. Like listening to us talking about our lives.
Yes. So I think we can end the episode here. It's been shorter. It's actually longer than I thought it was going to go for.
Because we tangented for 8.
More than 8 actually. I think we barely hit the half-hour mark.
Yeah.
Regardless. So we actually forgot to say hello to our different places where we post.
Yes.
Screw Attack.
Right.
And YouTube is where we upload our videos.
Yes. We will be putting up comments. Him as Father's Bane, myself as Oop My Downs
on YouTube.
On YouTube.
On Screw Attack, I will be replying to all comments. If you have
as Father.
Yep. If you have any questions for Oop My Downs here,
leave them on the YouTube.
Or you leave them to me and I'll transfer and he'll give me an answer and I'll answer. Or if I am comfortable enough answering for my downs, I will do so.
Yes,
also, I would just want to say, there was a question that when we were spotlighted on Screw Attack, it was not a question. It was more of a comment that said, they said my name, Father. I hope it's a Kid Next Door reference. Sadly, it is not. I'm thinking back on it now. I wish it was.
Yes.
However,
then they said then someone else's name that I can't understand or pronounce.
That is Oops. Name.
Yes. So my name is Oop My Downs. OOPMYDOWNS.
Yep.
It is a name that doesn't actually. The fact that Oop isn't like a word and confuses a lot of people. And it's also not a thing and all, but it is my internet name and it throws people off. I also say hello guys, my name is Oop My Downs, and I jumble it all.
Yeah. You know what we should do next episode? We're going to just talk about ourselves. We did this in, I think, our second episode.
Okay.
We're planning on do on the first. I think since we rebooted things, we should talk about it.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. So next time, we announced it this time, we're going to talk about ourselves for about maybe 15 to 20 minutes.
Our past, our history, what games we like, what games
our names, where they come from.
Right. Playing things, what we like playing, what we don't like playing. Kind of essentially our video game history.
Essentially, we might just do an hour about us.
Yeah.
we could just talk for an hour about ourselves, and that will work.
Yeah.
We're like that.
Yeah. Because Father and I, we like and hate very different things, and we conflict on a lot of them. So it actually gives us a good perspective on.
And I mean, I think there's only been a few subjects in the past where talking about these things just led to nothing. And that was Minecraft.
Oh God, Minecraft.
Not Minecraft itself. It was more Notch.
Yeah. We will never agree.
We will never agree. And that I still believe that you're wrong beyond belief.
And I still believe that I'm right.
I believe that, to my knowledge, you're the only one that I know personally. Who thinks that. But that's just putting it out there. Anyway,
I hate things that others not agree with.
But anyway, so we'll do an episode on that. I think that's a good idea.
That's fine.
Yeah.
A laid back episode. Yeah. Why not?
So this episode is hitting on Thursday.
Yes.
The 13th of September is when it's going to be uploaded.
Yes.
Because
we are
already
trying to put up
videos. September.
We are trying to put up a video every Thursday. That is the goal. Okay, but I think we're good to sign off now.
All right. So have a great day, night.
So, Doodlers, until next time, I'm Oop by Down.
And I'm Father, and this was the Gaming Nobodies podcast.
See ya!